Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm super excited to be talking to you today about our newish, because we've been doing this for a little while now, service called Car Genius, and how it benefits our partners, customers, and their bottom line. And to do that, I have a number of guests with me today. These are people I'm proud to call part of the team, including our very special guest today. His name is Brian Latronico, and he is the Director of Product Management for the Auto and Home Services at USAA. We've worked together for quite a long time. Hi, Brian.
Hey, Kathleen.
I would also like to introduce Christen Battaglia. She's our Senior Manager of Partner Development at RepairPal. I've been working with her a while too. Hi, Christen.
Hello.
Today, someone who hasn't been on one of our town halls before, the wonderful and amazing Aisha Apple is joining us today. She is our Consumer Engagement Team Manager.
Hi, everyone.
And we're also joined by a familiar face here, Dan Pera, our Senior Manager for our Consumer Partner Programs.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining.
And then today we are joined also by a few members of our Car Genius team. One of them is Bo Fader. He's one of our geniuses. Hi, Bo.
Hi.
And we're also joined by Devin Cabungcal. He is our other Car Genius.
Oh.
Hi, Devin. And last but certainly not least, we are also joined by Andrew Hajjar. He's our Senior Manager for Partner and Consumer Engagement. So this amazing team that you're going to hear more about today is something that he worked to build and develop. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Kathleen. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here today.
So a few small notes before we dive into the awesome content that we have to share with you today. It's just a little bit about StreamYard in case you've not used it before. We will have a period of time at the end after we hear from all of our amazing panoply of guests that we have on the show today. We will hear from you with your comments and questions. And so you can make those comments and questions throughout this by just plopping them into the comments box. I'll see them, and then they'll be all ready and waiting for us when we get to that segment. So as the team is talking, if you've got thoughts, we'll see them if you plop them there in the comments box. And with that, guess what? I'm going to shut up, and we're going to talk a little bit with our Car Geniuses as they describe to you what their journey was like and how they came to RepairPal and what their experiences that they're leveraging with our customers.
Thanks, Kathleen. And thanks to everyone that came to the town hall today. I really appreciate everyone that put this together. I'm sure it's going to be pretty fun and pretty informative. To start off, a little about me. I started in a small independent shop. I worked there for a really long time. I learned everything I know from working there in the automotive industry. I started from the bottom, worked my way to the top, managed that, and then I came to RepairPal as the next logical step, and then I was fortunate enough to be put on the Car Genius team. Working in the automotive industry, it really highlighted a clear lack of transparency to me. So I was inspired to pull back the curtain for the customers, our partners' customers, to let them in on the process. And that way, the goal is to create long-lasting relationships. One of my other key goals is to educate people about their vehicles, repairs, what to expect when visiting a shop. And I'm pretty dedicated to ensuring that customers feel heard and seen, no matter what. I feel like it's inspiring them to have a voice of their own when dealing with auto repairs is key. Another important goal is to alleviate the stigma of surrounding auto repair. Many people walk into a shop with a chip on their shoulder and being apprehensive, and there's a reason why. But we can aim to ensure that our customers and our partners' customers approach repairs with knowledge and confidence, and having Car Genius helps with that, and I've seen that firsthand. And lastly, I'm a strong advocate for skilled technicians, for apprenticeships, for mentorships, ongoing class or education, and other programs that will lead to greater transparency and confidence in assisting our customers, our partners' customers. And speaking of amazing master techs, it's my pleasure and my privilege to introduce Devin. I'm really proud to work with him, and here he is.
Thanks, Bo, for that great introduction. Hi, everyone. My name is Devin. A little bit about me. I earned my degree in automotive technology, and then from there, I went straight into the shop, spent about 8 years as a technician, and achieved ASE Master and Toyota Master Diagnostic status. So I've kind of worked on a little bit of everything. Very much like Bo, one of my favorite parts of working with RepairPal is the opportunity we have to change that narrative and the stigma in the auto repair industry. I think we really do that through just bringing transparency and fair pricing to the process. And at the end of the day, I really believe that shops and customers should both feel that they benefited through the process. Another part of the job that I really enjoy is the education aspect. We get to talk to a lot of great customers, and I think educating them, on parts of their car that they may not know much about or anything at all really adds some confidence to the repair process that I think, not only benefits the customer, but it benefits the shop. And at the end of the day, it helps the customer kind of understand the value of the repair that they're receiving. And the last thing really there is to know about me is that if I don't know the answer to your question, I really enjoy the challenge of finding it. So we have a lot of great technical resources and a lot of great coworkers that have a lot of experience in the industry. So they're always willing to help out. And we just have a really strong backing, and we try to answer every question that we possibly can. From here, I will turn it over to Andy for some information on what Car Genius is and how it works.
Thank you, Devin. So if you're on this call, auto repair. You know what to ask when you get to the shop. You might even know what's wrong with your car. You know the process, what's going to happen when you get there. First they're going to diag, then they're going to repair. You know that, right? The average vehicle owner, your customers, don't typically know those things. So Car Genius, with Car Genius, we want your customers to know before they go, right? So we're there to help them understand what to ask when they get to the shop, what the process there is going to be. We're going to be there for them if they've got any questions during the process. After the process, if they got any questions, we're here to help them, right? So we're not going to just push them off and send them on their way and wave. We're here for them the whole way, right? So, and then when it comes down to it, if they need our help with it, we will refer them to a high quality, fair price, RepairPal certified shop. And this is all at no cost to you or your customers. So that's really where the value add comes in. And it's been a terrific service for vehicle owners that we've talked to. Okay, so, calls that we take look like a lot of different things. Sometimes people just have questions. Maybe they're already at the shop and they say, hey, I've just got a question about this. Does this sound right? Is this what should be happening? And we're there for them. The typical call we see kind of looks like this. Somebody, they've got a check engine light that comes on or something, or there's that squeal they've been avoiding too long. they decide, oh, geez, it's time to get that taken care of. So they pick up the phone. We've got dedicated, lines for our partners. They give us a call with the Car Genius line. We're there to help answer any questions they've got about the issues. We can tell them, give them advice when they get to the shop. Say, hey, make sure they do a cold start diag, or hey, make sure that you let them know this happens on the highway above 60 miles an hour, things like that. And then, we're there to make sure that they've got a great experience when it all comes down to it. So really from start to finish, we're there for customers.
So great. Let's talk about who can use Car Genius. We're available to our partners, customers, and also their families and employees, so that they can really make the decision and put the hands in our partners on what audience they'd like Car Genius to be made available to. So some of our partners choose to make both options available. I mean, why not? It's free, right? So you may be asking, what's the benefit for our partners? We'll roll right into that on our next slide for the scoop. All right, well, our partners get all the credit for making the service available to their employees and or customers. Too frequently, customers feel like they're going to get taken advantage of when they go in for a repair. I know I've certainly felt that way before, and that's not good. So our Car Genius team can help provide them peace of mind that we're sending them to a shop they can trust and that will fit their repair needs. Our customers share that they love our partners for making the service available to them. Of course, our partners are also gaining value by generating more referrals to our shop network. I'll turn it over to Dan, who will share how to get started with us.
Hey, everybody. So what's really great about Car Genius is one of the products that we offer now is easy integration. At the end of the day, it's really just a phone number. So there's nothing easier than integrating a phone number. I mean, the worst thing you might have to do is put in some graphics or, push to call, like touch to call sort of functionality with it. So it is included in our standard suite of landing pages and the iframe that's based off of that landing page. So as you can see here on this image here, anybody who's activated for Car Genius is going to have this pop up on their landing page automatically, and you'll be able to call that number from right there. Otherwise, if you have your own set of pages, documentation, you can include that in there if you'd like to. So we can also create custom co-branded graphics if you'd like. If you'd like us to spin up something that makes it look a little snazzy and saves you on marketing and graphic design costs and time, we can do that. And just so you know that appointments and referrals are tracked, and they count towards your monthly progress. So if you get a report at the end of each month, it would be included in there. So it's going to benefit you as well. And just a couple other notes that I wanted to add on to this slide. So obviously it's the ultimate value add because it's free and it results in credit to you. Low development costs, we said, but if you do have a subscription model, you want everything in your power to keep those people subscribed and to keep them in your ecosystem, right? So you're going to want to not only provide them with your core product, but ancillary perks like this. And that's really what this is a perk. If somebody has a question about their car or would rather speak to somebody than go off into the internet world and find a forum that may or may not be correct, like this is a great option. If you're a vehicle service contract company, like this sets you apart from all the rest of them that don't offer this. And then also, like, I just wanted to mention that while it's not the primary thing that we go for with this, there are some customers that you may have that are tech averse or don't want to go through a landing page or digital experience. And if they like to, they can call instead. So that's pretty much everything in a nutshell. But at the end of the day, the value add. So let me throw it to my good friend, Brian Latronico. Hey, Brian.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. And thanks again, Kathleen, for having me on. My name is Brian Latronico, and I've been with USAA going on my 18th year. And I'm in charge of the auto portfolio within our USAA Perks program. And USAA Perks is a free benefit of being a USAA member. And within our USAA portfolio, we have our auto category, and we've been lucky enough to have RepairPal as a partner since 2014. And I've owned that relationship, I think, for the past 7 years. So we find that RepairPal has been just excellent in aligning in and a lot of the values that we consider very dear at USAA. And so, being fair price and having great quality of repairs, I was looking at it the other day. I think we've done close to tens of thousands of repairs with RepairPal, and a lot of the services and information that's provided has been spot on. It's been accurate. We don't really have any complaints from our members as far as things that you would find, I guess, in the course of any sort of vehicle repair. But we've seen that integration within our platform has been very key with this partnership. We have a preferred roadside network, and in our worst case scenario, when something is not going right for our member, this service has been available to them, and we're very grateful for all of the completed repairs and the amount of time that it takes to fix those vehicles has been fantastic as well. So speed, accuracy, and service is one of our mantras within our auto program, and RepairPal has been hitting those every step of the way. We've also, what's been really great within our partnership is we've had, many times where the RepairPal family has been able to come on the USA campus. Just recently, we have expos where we have all of our partners from the Perks group come and kind of showcase a little bit about what they are and what they can provide our employees. And the engagement has been fantastic. I think RepairPal had close to 3,000 of our employees within a 4-hour period of just talking through the program and being able to say all the benefits that our members can take advantage of. And it's all free with regards to advice within our Perks platform. So you guys have been great. It's a fantastic partner to work with, going on 11 years. So we're very thankful.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. It's been my pleasure to ride along with USAA from the very beginning. It was one of the first partnerships that RepairPal brought on board, and it was the first one that I personally was able to work with to bring into the organization. So it's been awesome for me to work with you. And for anybody who doesn't know, USAA takes member service extremely seriously because they are serving members of the military and their families. And so we consider it a big, big deal that we met the standards to be able to work with USAA, and then that we've been able to increase the level of service, obviously, by offering Car Genius to USAA members as well. Appreciate it. Good. So let's dig into the kinds of stuff that we actually are doing with customers here. Bo, you want to grab this one?
Yep, of course. Thanks, Kathleen. And thanks, Brian. You have a really cool last name. So that's one of the perks of working with USA Perks. And we also love helping their customers too. They're great. So what we want to touch on right now is our customer experience. It's just a little insight into what we see and do on a daily basis and how we make an impact. This one in particular really touched me, and I wanted to share it with you guys. A couple months ago, a customer called looking for a shop in their area for a clutch repair. So we talked about it a little bit. I sent them a shop, and that was that. A few months later, I get a call recently, and it was the same customer. They were reaching out again. They were ready to do the clutch repair on their Honda Fit. And it was really nice to hear their voice, and I could tell they were happy to hear mine. So we talked about the repair a little bit, just some insights on what to expect. If they pull the car apart, what are they going to find? What are the possibilities? We went to the estimator. We, like Brian mentioned, the fair price estimator was there, and it was spot on. It was actually right in between what the shop had told her and what our estimator says, which you can see right there off to the side. So the fact that they decided to call back in was really significant to me. I mean, we help a lot of people every day, but to know that we made an impact for one person that felt comfortable enough calling back in was a big deal. And it really highlighted the trust, and I feel like the reliability that we strive to bring to the job. It's just like working in a shop, but you're helping everyone all over the country. So it's pretty massive. And it also underscored the importance of clear communication, setting expectations, which I think is a really big deal in car repair. And, just being genuine, and reminding us and our customers and our partners' customers that the work is more about just repair. I mean, what we do is more than just car repair. It's about building relationships and ensuring peace of mind for our customers and our partners' customers. And that was a little touchy-feely, but Devin's got a much more practical version to go through, which I think it really highlights the technical side of things. So, Devin?
Thanks, Bo. That was a great example using the estimator tool and how helpful that is for our customers. My example is a little bit different. So we had a customer call in that was looking for some advice on a DIY repair he was working on his 2006 Town and Country. It had an evaporative emission system code that no matter what, it just seemed to keep coming back. He had done some work on his own, just small things, replacing the gas cap, replacing the evap canister, little stuff like that, and he just wasn't having any luck getting that code to clear. So we just talked about, I pulled up the code for him with some of our technical resources, and we talked about exactly what it takes for that code to set, and what some other possible causes would be. And from that point, we kind of talked about what diagnostic procedures he would want to do from here to really pinpoint that, and just stop replacing parts. And after we had talked that over, it was a great conversation, and I really feel like the customer learned a lot, and he was very appreciative of it. But together, we decided that it was time to get a professional involved. So I connected him with one of our RepairPal certified shops in his area, and they were able to diagnose and repair the car. So I think, that's a great example of just one of the ways that we help customers, one of the many. But from here, I will pass it off to Aisha to fill you in on the impressions we've made on some of our customers.
Thanks. So let's talk about one of my passions, which is how we drive satisfaction. Our customer satisfaction score is an impressive 96%, and we're super proud of it. It's measured by our customer surveys. So this remarkable achievement highlights the dedication and exceptional talent of our team in cultivating authentic relationships and trust with our customers. An especially significant accomplishment in an industry where skepticism often accompanies customer sentiment. So let's celebrate some of the powerful testimonials from our customer surveys. We'll start with Devin's customer surveys. I was so very pleasantly surprised at the excellent customer service I received from Devin. And then Devin answered all my questions and provided a prompt response to my request for information. I had a good experience and would recommend this service to anyone. Way to go, Devin. And now on to Bo's comments. I can't tell you how pleased I am with this service. 20 out of 10, 5 stars. Bo was literally the best customer service representative I have ever had in any capacity. I mean, wow, Bo. Bo was very professional, patient, kind, and knowledgeable, answered all my questions. So we're thrilled to represent the industry in such a powerful way. Our partners are also benefiting from how we satisfy our mutual customers because we leave such a positive impression that they often think of us as going hand in hand. So now I'll turn it over to Kathleen for some Q&A.
Yeah, thank you, Aisha. I appreciate it. I mean, we have definitely sourced people to work for this team that we feel like what I call have a good car side manner, right? And so there's plenty of people that are working in the back rooms of shops that are literally like the car surgeons. They're not necessarily always the most pleasant people to talk to. And sometimes that trust bridge just does not exist, right? It's just similar to, some of the doctors that you might encounter. And, as you're trying to think about your healthcare needs, maybe they're great when it comes to what they're doing in the operating room, but they're not necessarily the most pleasant people to talk to. And that's why, they have different front office staff and experts and people that you can engage with. And so we've wanted to take that concept and make it direct to the consumer relative to, them getting that little bit of trust before they go to the shop. And while, Devin's example, he was talking about helping a customer, that actually had some, DIY stuff or some concerns, some things that they had already tried. We see this a lot where, DIY really actually bleeds over into do it for me, right? We maybe enjoy even sometimes, well, I say we, not me, but there are people, and maybe you're one of them, who enjoys doing things for yourself on your car. But, there's a lot of different examples of times when, it exceeds the customer's capacity. And so we're able to help them understand what the next step is, whether they're capable of it or not, and where one of our expert shops can certainly fill in that gap and take the car all the way across the finish line, so to speak. And similarly, we have people that just have a lot of trepidation about stepping into an auto repair experience. Well, we've curated our shops for high customer satisfaction, and they're some of the best in the business. All it takes is really one bad car repair experience to make you dread every single other one that's going to come after that. And so that's what these guys do, is provide, unbiased support. And again, it's not like there aren't other mechanics hotlines out there. Some of them probably even have, pretty great customer satisfaction because they're focused on it just like we are. But the difference is that this is an entirely free benefit. And so we've seen a lot of partners that have packaged this up in various ways, offering it with other benefits that maybe they offer. So if they've got a roadside program like USAA does, or if they've got other, car related benefits that they're offering to the consumer, this is a really nice add-in to that. And it's also just nice to have, in addition to showing the certified shop network or even the estimator on a website as well. So Nathan is asking an interesting question. Are there volume constraints for sending our customers to Car Genius for first point of contact in the event of a car breakdown? There are not volume constraints today. So right now, with the two folks that we have and our leadership team, we're handling the volume that we're getting just fine. I would love nothing more than to hire additional geniuses, genii, however you say it, genies of car repair. And, I would source them in a similar way to what we did here with Bo and Devin, really focusing on people who have the expertise to help, but who also have that excellent car side manner. So we would love to be able to expand the team based on the volume that partners are sending. And Joe Colucci is asking how he can further promote this to his agent and dealer base, and asking for POP materials. We would be happy to work with you, Joe, on creating those materials that would enable you to put that in front of your agents and dealers. So we realize sometimes our partners have multiple layers. It's not just a digital deployment on a website. Maybe it's physical materials that you're giving to your contact center representatives or to your agents and dealers or whatever. And we'd be happy to help you with that. So Sheila, who is not pictured here on the screen, but she's our partner program marketing manager. And she is really excellent at helping facilitate partners and their needs and getting them those materials that help you put these programs in front of the right people. And so she is backstage, and she's already said she'll reach out to you, Joe. So I think that's great. And thank you for the opportunity. Any other questions that our partners have that either I or someone on the team can answer? So Scotty is asking, can you provide, or would you in a follow-up, some best practices to help generate ideas? And as you expand the geniuses, are you considering hiring a female genius? I love this question, Scotty, because it's been a very important part of this for me. So I'll let the team talk about what some of the handouts and leave behinds are that they have. But before that, I will mention that at one point we did have a female genius on the team. And so would love once again to hire someone as part of rounding this out, because many of the people who have questions are actually men. I want to point out, not just women have questions. We're here to help everyone, and there are plenty of men who call in with questions, but also a large part of our customer base is also women, and we want our geniuses to look and feel the way our customers look and feel as part of offering that service. So we're committed to diversity in pretty much everything that we do. So Bo and Devin, do you want to talk a little bit about some of the leave behinds and other things that you give to customers as part of best practice sharing?
Sure. So I'm not 100% sure what the leave behinds are, but best practices for sure are ask. We have a customer that's not sure about going into a shop, or they're concerned before they go to a shop. It's a lot of ask lots of questions. Know that they have a line to call, that they can reach out to us, and they can stand right there in the lobby and call us. In fact, I've had it happen before where the customer has called us right from the lobby of the shop and asked a lot of questions, and it's been great. I think that's a really powerful tool. Devin, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I mean, those are definitely big ones, but additionally, like in cases of fair price and things like that, we have people send us estimates and repair orders and things like that all the time that we review and just make sure that everything seems like it's in line. And that's another great opportunity to talk to the customers and just always reassure them that we've got their back. And as we were saying earlier, we're always trying to answer questions, whether we know the answer right at that time or not.
Yeah, definitely a lot of follow-up for us sometimes, depending on.
And I'll bolt on to that. We the team has created some tip sheets as well. Some partners co-brand those, and they like to send those out to their customers or include them in emails, newsletters, things like that. But we're also able to send those to as a follow-on to a call, especially if one is relevant to the issue at hand. It's like, oh geez, you're talking about brakes. We've got a tip sheet about your brakes, right? So we can send that to you. Sometimes they're seasonal. It's maybe you help somebody with an estimate question and we're getting ready to hit summer. Well, hey, I'm going to send you a quick tip sheet, just things you might want to think about as you get your car ready for maybe some summer road trips and whatnot. So it's always got that number to call back in and kind of keep people engaged if they've got any questions. We've got a few different ways we can do that. And like I mentioned, we're always happy to co-brand that or to, take on specific, things that our partners would like to see some of our content expertise around.
Yeah, and that was actually one of the first things that we did when we first started this. No partners were using it yet, so our geniuses helped us to come up with those tip sheets and across lots of different topic areas as just a way of like reinforcing what we might have talked about on a call. Like if someone wants a physical, like what questions to ask for this particular problem when I get into the shop, we're happy to email that for them. And like Andy said, those can be used a variety of different ways, whether we're giving it on an individual customer basis, so they just feel empowered to have something they can carry into the shop, or whether our partners want to proactively send those out to customers as part of their customer engagement strategy, or provide them on a website or in a digital way. And we can work on that. Blogs, social media, yes, all of that, Christen. Thank you. Any other questions from our friends and partners and someday partners that might be on this call? Is the Genius contact phone number individualized like the referral number? Yeah, that's a good question. It is. It's individualized by partner, and that's part of how we're able to tell that something's coming in from a USAA member, for example, versus an Endurance customer, or any one of the other partners that's CarMax that's using CarGenius currently. So a number of our larger partners have adopted this and are using it, and it's really successful, especially for customers that just aren't sure what their car problem is, or what the best shop might be, or what the good questions are. And just having that little bit of knowledge, the know before you go piece, has been really helpful for them. And then that allows us, as we mentioned earlier, I think Dan was talking about this, that allows us to attribute those things back to the partner. So then we know it's a USAA member. We're using USAA participating shops. We're co-branding that customer's experience when we make the appointment as a USAA. So they have the exact same experience as if they hadn't talked to someone and they had just booked the appointment on their own, essentially all of that co-branding and attribution back to the partner still exists. So that's a really important part of the service as well. Good questions. I like it. Any other questions that folks have? So one thing I'll mention as well, just because there's a tie-in, is that we've talked a lot about the phone, and the CarGenius team spends the vast majority of their time, just because having that really engaging conversation around a specific automotive problem is something that's much more robust over the phone. But having said that, we do have a chat engagement team as well, that we're able to integrate into many of our partner experiences. And one way that this team also engages is when a chat comes in and it's less about, like, help me understand this partnership or help me understand this shop, and it veers more into needing that automotive expertise. That team also works with Aisha and is very close to Bo and Devin, and will often sort of, escalate or send things into this team. So no matter which way your customer comes into our environment, whether that's directly calling Bo and Devin via the hotline or whether that's coming in through our chat engagement team, we're making sure that they get the right level of expert to answer their question. And thank you, Ed, for your comments. I'm glad you like the content, and that you're launching and putting together ideas. And Christen, be happy to work with you on that, of course, and thinking about how you can integrate this great benefit as you move forward with us. We'd love that. Yeah, you want to talk about that a little bit, Christen?
Oh, sure. I've been having internet issues, so that's why I've been a little quiet. But yeah, if for any of your consumers or customers who maybe have an extended warranty policy on their college student's vehicle, it would be great. I've had partners tell me it's like calling home or calling their dad when they're a little confused about where to go or what's wrong with their vehicle. So just other ideas out there as you think about using this opportunity.
Great. Thank you for that. Anything else that we want to chat about before we wrap this up? Okay, well, I will tell you this. If you're like me and you end up getting off of this town hall and then thinking, oh, I should have asked the team that question. Here's the good news is that we're not going anywhere. We might not be on the town hall anymore, but you can certainly easily reach out to any one of us, on the partner team. We would be happy to answer your questions and to help you think through how you can deploy this, either with your call center team or your, dealers, your agents, your physical presence, or digitally. We have a lot of options for you and a lot of different ways that you can engage your customers around this service. And again, this was designed, for partners to really help you create the trust and the customer experiences that you're looking for. And so with that, I will say thank you so much for giving us your time, for being our awesome partners. Thank you again, Brian, for joining and being, a part of the partner team here on today's town hall. We really appreciate you, of course, and everything that USAA stands for in the marketplace. Proud to have you as a partner. And thanks to everyone else as well. And we'll hopefully talk to you and engage with you soon so you can offer this great service to your customers.